so many people there.
Yeah, there must have been puking immediately. Like, he face planted into the fence and then was hanging there puking. I love India. It's full of contradictions and contrasts, but I love it. I mean, I hope to be able to come here every year for, a couple weeks to a couple months at a time and see myself doing that. My name's Makay Polanski, and I come from California in the United States.
And then there's booze and liquor, so it's,
My sister's been here for about 6 months, and she was studying in Bangalore, so I came out to travel around with her, and it's been a really awesome experience because she's done a bunch of traveling around India, previous to me coming here, so she took me to all the spots that she really liked and avoided the spots that she didn't care too much for, like the Taj Hotel, for instance, or the Taj Mahal. The night that I got to Mumbai or Bombay, I ended up walking the streets looking for something to do. A beggar boy approached me and was looking for a handout, and I was reluctant to give him a handout, but he noticed that I was wandering around aimlessly and offered to take me to a local bar that seemed promising, the way he explained it. So I followed him and made it worth his while, and so I went to this bar. It was very ritzy. I mean, I hadn't seen a bar in India so far in 2.5 weeks, and this was a really nice bar. It had more than Kingfisher beer, which is, in the rest of India, the only beer that's available. You can't even get anything else. But expensive. I mean, I paid 500 rupees for one beer, and here I'm paying 50 rupees for a Kingfisher, for instance. Within 10 or 15 minutes, a gentleman introduced himself to me, and and we started chatting, and then he invited me to sit down while him and his girlfriend, employee, and his longtime friend. After dinner, they invited me to come onto his yacht. It turns out he was a fashion designer, so he's in the fashion industry, and so is Big Ben, who is his friend and his employee that worked for him. And so we ended up getting picked up in a Porsche Cayenne, which was the nicest vehicle I'd seen in all of India so far, and end up going out on his yacht, and it was a beautiful yacht, and we ended up piling like 6 people besides the 4 that fit in the car into the car, and went out on his yacht and had a really great night. And that was probably one of my most extraordinary experiences in India so far. I have had some uncomfortable experiences, but I can't say anything bad about the people besides the fact that there are a ton of beggars, especially in the cities, and that gets kind of old, having to turn down these hungry people. That's probably one of the things I dislike the most.
That
was a nice camera.
You should have been in that thing last night, man. It was crazy. They had this all-night market.
My dream would be to be able to afford to travel 3-4 months a year, potentially live in another country a couple months a year, and so far I love Goa and think I might want to live here a couple months a year. But I do want to see the rest of the world too, so I want to be a traveler for the rest of my life.